valve stem. So I was just getting that ATV together, putting a new battery in it to send it back for the nephews to use, because I have some friends coming over this week and it had a flat tire. So I went to put some air in that tire. There's another piece off of something. And there's no valve stem. So I can replace the valve stem. I've got a kit for that. I'll do that later. But for now, I think I'm just going to pull these two tires and wheels off of the parts quad. Take these two, swap them on. I believe those two old air, and then they can go riding and make it easy. And then I'll come back to putting a new valve in this one later on. 145/76, 145/76. They are the same size. See if this one comes off any better. Good Lord. I made some penetrating oil and something more. Let's see what we can do to break these things out. Yeah. One, two, three. Okay. Yep. And so that at least, I don't know, silver in the front, black in the rear, I'm going to swap the other one so it quasi matches. Now let's hit him with some air. PSI, that should be plenty. All right, pretty easy, especially when you have spare parts. I should be able to air down the tire, peel it back, put a new valve stem in, and this tire can still be spare. There's plenty of tread left for the kids to use on here, and even that, these rims are still like 30 bucks a rim, so it's not worth throwing it out if it's all I need to do is put a $2 stem in there. All right, I gotta get some gloves. I'm gonna try and fix the rubber seal around the inlet for the septic tank. I'm gonna actually try and do some Flex Putty, and probably after, if that dries, some flex tape over that. But I need some gloves. Probably really need 2 sets of gloves, but we'll see how this goes. This Flex Putty should be able to adhere to concrete, underwater, wet or dry, adhere to rubber, all these things. Essentially what has happened is after the house reno, when the new pipe was run to the septic, looks like the rubber gasket either gave way or failed, or the fact that the pipe comes in at an angle here isn't allowing it to seal. So you see there. But what you'll notice is right around the edge, there's a gap. And it's harder to see, but all underneath there, it's all torn away. There's no rubber gasket, so let's see what we can do. Flex paste. Now, my understanding is as soon as this stuff mixes with air, it starts to set up. Okay. Move the bag of silica. Save this foil for later. Oh yeah, this smells bad. Yummy. Remind me not to make a habit out of working on septic tanks. You know, I'm impressed actually. That seems to be bonding very well to wet concrete, rubber, and plastic pipe. So that should be skimmed and tacky in 15 minutes. And I've just put this on a 40-degree day, but there's a wonderful warm air coming out of the tank. So it's humid, but it's warmer than 40 degrees in there, I betcha. And it smells like you'd think. So we'll let that set up. I'll put the cover back on, come back and inspect it in some hours, and maybe that's all that I'll do. I was considering doing some flex tape around it as well once I filled that in, but if that rubberized stuff works, I think we're in business. So that was a 1 pound container, a 1 pound container of the flex paste. Not bad. All right, let's see if I can get this massive invasive vine down. Boy, that's got to be a solid 4 inches at the base. If I'm not careful, it's going to kill the whole tree. Well, the good news is it was a dead vine. Alright, here's the stem. Huh. Can't even get the cap off. Alright, I am really just inventing as I go here. Wonder if I put one side of this clamp on the rim, one on the tire, if I'll succeed in collapsing the tire or bending the rim, or both. Actually, so far, so good. It's as far as I can go, though. So I've got to pull this down through with something. Yeah, considering this one is smoked, I'm not losing sleep over it. But I would like, oh, I did. I just put the old one in the middle of the tire when I was about to say I'd like to not do that. Now it gets fun. Yep, so the bottom half of this is in the tire. Let's just try and collapse the tire. Yeah, there's just no good way. Oh, could you believe the luck of that? I shook it out. Nice. Alrighty. Well, this idea is working. Now let's see if I can get the new one in. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe a little bit of liquid grease or something on here. Let's try that. Plenty of room to get at the back. Oh, let's not drop this one in the tire. Maybe this tool will do something helpful. Give me a good grip. Let me pull. Okay, yeah. A little more. There we go. Alright, so this tool that came with the valve stems kit, super handy. That's just a carpenter clamp. And another carpenter clamp. I use this clamp for doing brakes on the ATVs, so gets a double purpose. Finally bring in some air and see if we can hit this. Alrighty, see if we can hit it hard enough to set a bead. No luck, so here's what I have done in the past with wheelbarrow tires. Get a ratchet strap. What have I done with them? Alright. Let's see how well this can work on such a small tire. To get enough outward pressure that I can hit it with air and set the bead. I know lots of guys tend to do this with cans of WD-40 and things like that, but I don't want to burn my eyebrows off today. And that pushes it right out. Might work the tire a little bit. Give it another hit there. Let's give it a little air and see if it's enough. Oh yeah, There we go. Yep. Set it right out there. Now, without crushing a finger, just gotta take the tension off. Okay. Now our tire's holding air. What do we got? 4 psi. All right, just like that. Spare is back in business. Actually, it wasn't bad at all. Didn't do the flaming WD-40 with a lighter trick. So really, replacement valve stem came with a handy threaded tool for pulling it back through. This was handy. You could probably use WD-40, but white lithium grease made this slip through, but just use some dish soap will work. And you really don't need 2 wood clamps. Let's see, what size is this? That's got to drop out to a solid 6, maybe even 8 inches. Well, I guess if this is a 145 by 70 by 6, 8 inches probably about right to reach around the whole tire. Yeah. 2 of them made it nice because it collapsed it down to get plenty of room. So if you got these kicking around the shop, wow, that was an easy way to do that tire. So hopefully you found that helpful. Yeah, just an easy valve stem repair now, and now we have our spare tire back. And that was a pretty safe way to do that. No big combustion, no big boom, no big risk. So, alrighty.